Hello and welcome back to Talon 101. This time we're going to talk about a move that you can't block. That is an unblockable. So as you can see here, that's standing and block all. So it's just like, okay, put it on block first. Standing block, clearly blocking a high and a mid. This move is recognized as a mid, but the opponent still can't block that. Same applies to his other unblockable in LFS 1+4 or Power Blast. So the first one was Dynamite Heal. The second one is Power Blast. Power Blast doing way more damage than Dynamite Heal could ever do, but there is a downside to them. Number one, they start out really slow. And if your opponent has trained themselves to react to the hit effect, then you're never getting off an unblockable or catching them off guard. Worse, you even possibly get floated. And they get all that back turn damage, which you don't really want. So how can you really use both these unblockables then? Well, obviously, you connect them to situations where they connect to begin with. So let's review the frame data really quickly because a lot of their stuff, both down back 3+4 and LFS 1+4, are very interconnected. So they're almost the same move in a sense. So the first one is down back 3+4 Dynamite Heal. It comes out at 61 frames, 61 to 62, 40 damage. Knockdown on hit naturally, and you either go to LFF if you finish the move, or if you cancel it, you go to left flamingo stance. This move did get nerfed because it used to hit grounded opponents. So it was an unblockable you could really apply in Okizeme, and the Bears hated this move because it was pretty much a guaranteed follow-up and the Bears had to eat an extra 40 damage. Yeah, so that sucked. So now it no longer hits grounded, whether they're face up or whether they're face down. But you still can use it and cancel it. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So it's still generally an okay move for an unblockable, right? And then the next one is LFS 1+4. This is Power Blast. This does way more damage, is way slower as well. So again, 66, 69 startup frames, 80 damage as a whole, and you always go back to left foot forward. So both of these unblockables can be cancelled by pressing back, and you'll always go back to left foot forward. No LFS, no nothing. And the only real special thing about Power Blast is that it low crushes. See that? But of course, it only low crushes at those specific frames. So that's like after he does all the wind up and actually jumps. So if he hasn't jumped yet, then there is no low crushing there. So that's pretty much, you know, the frames on paper for both down back 3+4 and LFS 1+4. It's just that one can't hit grounded anymore. It just goes into left flamingo stance as his bonus. And LFS 1+4's bonus is that it low crushes as soon as he jumps. And so again, both of them can be cancelled by pressing back, and you use them in specific combo routes. So for down back 3+4, you can do a very joke of a combo route. 2-4, RFS 2-3, bam. I'm not exactly sure if that was worth it. But there are combo routes where, again, down back 3+4 actually hits. And then, for LFS 1+4, this has been ever since Tekken 6, I believe, or even Tekken 5, or even Tekken 4. Depends on how far these combos existed. But this has always been the route. And you need speed with this. That's worth it. And of course, you allow yourself to like flex your combo knowledge to your opponent and be like, wow, you know so many combos, and even be able to use unblockables in those combos. So it's like, okay, it works there. What about Oki? Yes, Oki. Very simple Oki. If they do quick backslide, or back quick roll as this used to be named, then Dynamite Heal. Right after the tornado. Bang! And that's on point. Now, of course, this does lose to any tech roll, right? So if I do the exact same combo route, they avoid it. But that's where the cancel comes in, yes? Perfect. Aha, fantastic. Now, does the same apply to Power Blast? Yes, the same applies to Power Blast. Bang! Oh wait, no, he's still tech rolling. So again, tech roll will kill this move. If you cancel it, well, you're just safe for the most part. Bang! Just like that. Assuming your opponent will get hit by that. So again, if we bring back the side Yukimi, right? Oh. We do such a simple combo where it hits and then you cancel. Not exactly the best, but usable. Of course, you can get more creative with it. That's like the bare minimum I know when it comes to like these unblockables, because they're not exactly on the practical end. They're really more situational, most especially when they've nerfed down back 3+4 Dynamite heal. But the one place where they still have a lot of use is when you're fishing against your opponent. So the intro of this video was like reacting to the hit effect, right? So if your opponent reacts a little bit late to the hit effect, it's like, oh, I gotta jab now. And she's like, because the unblockable's coming. And then I gotta hit him. Right? Now, there's where like that use of the unblockable comes in. But of course, if they're fast, right, it's gone. But using LFS back 1 is a #1 thing you can do. Or you use the power crush. And if they wait until the actual leg goes all the way up, then yeah, you can, you know, use it to catch them. So like, especially on the Okizeme, you could do these things. And they're like, oh, I'm gonna press against it now because, right, cannot block it during an unblockable, and doing the cancel takes pretty much forever. But it applies to both power crushes, and the biggest one is that if the opponent, or if you, right, if you have rage, this is extremely risky, but it's gonna be such a worth it thing to do. Like, oh, and then rage art. So if you're able to hit that in match, that is very impressive. Most especially if there wasn't any mental stack to begin with. But if you were already conditioning your opponent, which is what you typically expect in a fighting game, right? Then yeah, lesser on the impressive side, but that's only by a little bit. Like, it only gets docked like -5 points. It's still super, super impressive. Same thing applies when you do it off Power Blast. So Power Blast, whoa! And then you do a Rage Art, right? Now, Power Blast's problem with the cancel is that so it's gonna, ooh, and then you press. So it has to be that long compared to Dynamite heal. Because if I copy Dynamite heal's timing, where as soon as like he hits the key pose, so his key pose here is as soon as he puts the arms down, then I can already press. And that's so it's too long a moment compared to Dynamite heal. With Dynamite heal, it's like he puts his leg up and then he's in left flamingo stance. So that's the only downside. So they really have to wait for you to catch an opponent with Power Blast to a Rage Art. So generally, what you do on the cancel, if ever you want to use it minus a Rage Art, is to hold back. So if they're really, really late, right, on their reactions, then yeah, that's like the safest thing it gets. So that's how you can fish in neutral or in Okizeme situations. And of course, specific combo routes. This is on the shorter end of videos because there really isn't much to it, to these two moves. So yeah, that's everything I know about the unblockables. I've been Frontier. Thank you for watching.